Hi, and welcome to another meditation. My name is Sage, and I work for the Oregon City Public Library. My apologies if there are a lot of dog sounds in the background. We're still displaced from power outages, so there's just a lot of dogs where I'm at. But we're gonna get through this anyway. So I want to talk about, obviously, we've had another extremely difficult week in our area, and if you're watching this from the Oregon City area, and everything has been stressful, has continued to be stressful for a long time now, and very out of our control, right? All of these things keep happening, and it just seems like we can't move forward without something putting us 10 steps back, or that all of these things are happening without us being okay with them, without us consenting to them, right? It's a very scary feeling to lose that control. So I want to focus on that concept of control today, and just to emphasize the things in our life that we do have control over, regardless of the state of our environment, regardless of the weather, regardless of those around us, the things that we can and need to control for ourselves. So one of those obvious things is our breath, and we'll get to that. But first, we really need to make sure that we're meeting our basic survival needs before we can expand on those, right? So there's this pyramid that I don't remember what it's called, but at the very bottom is your basic survival needs, and at the top are things that you can pursue that are just more fulfilling to your life, like art and hobbies and work life and things like that. But to get there, we need to have our base established. So things like drinking water. So remind yourself to drink water. And even this sometimes is out of our control, right? Or food, another thing that is sometimes out of our control. But if you have the means, remembering to eat food, drink water, get enough sleep if you can. I have a 1-month-old baby, and that is not always the case, but I can get as much sleep as I can within the time that my baby is sleeping, right? So there are still these things that we can control or attempt to control with a little bit more success than, say, the weather. And of course, that other aspect being our breath and our body. Obviously, we all have different abilities within our body. We all move differently, and we can control within how we move. So if you are someone who is seated all the time, or needs specific things to help you walk, or whatever it is, you can still have whatever movements that are comfortable for you and that provide some kind of release and, again, that control. So we can start really simply. We can bring our chin down to our chest, and we can bring it back up. We can bring our ear to our shoulder and bring it back up, and our other ear to our other shoulder and bring it back up. We bring our shoulders to our ears, on the back and down. Maybe even we can reach our arms over our head. Take a breath in, exhale, let them go. And just a little shaking here and there. You can wiggle your head, shake out your hands, just get the body moving, especially after many days of stress and uncertainty where things begin to clench and come inward. We can begin to move, loosen, and become outward again. So the last part of this is our breath, and this is something that we can control in most states of consciousness, at least. So start by sitting tall, by letting go of some tension in your belly if it feels okay to do so. You can close your eyes or soften your gaze if you'd like. Breathe in through your nose. And just notice how far that breath goes down, where it reaches some restriction or barrier. Notice if the belly begins to tighten again. And see if you can keep softness there. Breathing in through your nose, maybe even if you're a visual person, visualizing that breath as a color. A color that makes you feel calm or makes you feel in control. Breathing in through the nose. Into the chest, maybe you feel the chest rise or expand. Breathing out through the nose. Breathing in through the nose, this time see if you can send it a little further, maybe sending your breath into your belly. And let it go. We can add a little bit of texture to our breath. So kind of like if you were to hold up a mirror in front of you and with your mouth open, fog up a mirror. So that kind of breath. But if we do that as we are exhaling out the nose with our mouth closed, that can provide this really nice, fulfilling texture to our exhale. So again, we'll inhale. Maybe place the tongue against the back of the teeth. As you exhale, fog the mirror. Again, we'll breathe in, see if you can breathe into the belly. Exhale, fog the mirror. We'll do one more, breathe in. Exhale, fog of the mirror. Good. What else can we control? We can control maybe the stiffness in our face. See if you can relax your jaw. Maybe move it side to side. You can let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. You can let the eyebrows unfurrow. The shoulders can soften. We aren't always in control of the tension that our body holds, and sometimes our body tenses up as a defense mechanism, right? Especially when things are weird and out of our control. But we can work to notice the tension, and with practice and with awareness, we can begin to soften the body, remind ourselves that right now we are safe, that right now we are in our bodies, right now we are alive. Inhaling and exhaling. Controlling what we can. Thank you all for joining me today, and I will see you in the next one.